Hello everyone, my name is PJ and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II on the Famicom, Part 6. Okay, I wanted to start this episode here because I ran into a new enemy. And all the time that I spent walking around this place and grinding in it between today and yesterday's episode, I never ran into this thing. That thing in the bottom right that looks like a skeleton on a cloak. Yeah, it's called a shadow. I don't know how tough it is, so let's see, let's have Maria attack this thing. Guy, you attack that. Joseph, you attack that. No big deal. Just like everything else in these dungeons, it's no big deal. We're not actually going to fight anything threatening for a couple more dungeons. So that's all I wanted to show you. Yeah, I did a teeny bit of level grinding between episodes, like I said. I got everyone to over 300 hit points. I got Azuna to level 3. All of my other spells are level 4. And Furion gained another point of agility. Awesome, right? So I'm still at the entrance to this cave. I was just on my way back here to start the episode, but yeah. I will see you back down where the staircases were. Furion gained another point of agility. I told you it would start happening really fast once he gained the first point. I don't know what's changed, but now he has 14 agility. Fucking sweet. Okay, I'm back on the last floor that we left off on in the last episode. So, you come down here from the entrance. I'm gonna take the first staircase that we would come to. This one over here. Use the left-hand trick and all that. And I think that's the floor we were on before, so we went up. And I do remember seeing a treasure chest off in the corner that we couldn't get to, so this must take us up here. You know, I just noticed the exact spot where Maria shoots her arrow seems to be in the goblin's knee. Moving on. Man, the encounter rate is so high in this game. Me and a friend of mine were working on a video game a year or so ago that we never finished due to lack of talent and resources and time. Battle axe, not gonna use it. But while I was working on it, I was trying to find a way to change. We were making it an RPG maker. I was trying to find a way to change the default random encounter formula so that there would be a minimum number of steps that you would have to walk before a random encounter was possible. That way they weren't happening all the time. Because the way it was set up by default was you had a 1 in 30 chance of running into an encounter every step you took. And if you're really unlucky, it could happen like all the fucking time. And that's just annoying. Nobody wants that. A mithril rod. And it's gutted? Nobody uses rods, and Minwu isn't even in my party anymore. But it's just grenades, whatever, I'll kill them. Yeah, but the way I wanted it to work was you would have to walk a minimum of like 20 to 30 steps before a random encounter was possible. And if you went up to 60 steps without an encounter, then one would happen. That way you always have a predictable range of steps that trigger an encounter. You don't have to worry about wandering around forever trying to get into one, and you don't have to worry about them constantly happening. And I'm honestly surprised more JRPGs don't do that. Okay, moving on. I'm pretty much just going to be walking back downstairs, so I'll see you at the other staircase. Okay, we're at the last staircase we saw before the last video ended, so from here on out, it's new territory. Ooh, different color water down here. Same enemies, though. Oh, chest. Potion. Really holding out for a mithril bow. Sure would be nice. I was going to ask why there was a mithril staff down here in the first place, but then I remembered that this is where the Kashuans, who had mithril weapons, stored their goddess's bell. So, it makes perfect sense. They probably left it here. Blizzard Dome. That I can sell. Okay, let's see. There's a door over there, but I'm betting it's a trap. I can see a staircase. What's down here? Another treasure chest. Okay. Potion. And another chest. Jeez, sure lots of chests in this floor. Mithro spear. It's a shame no one in my party uses spears. A certain guest party member might though, so I should hold on to it. Just in case they don't start with one. Or anything better. Okay. And come down here. Pretty sure that's a trap room. Not even gonna risk it. Stairs right here. Hey Maria gained more agility. I love seeing that agility box. Okay, where to go from here? Well, left-hand trick. Is there anything down here besides that? No. I think that might be a trap room. I want to try it out anyway. Oh. This is the correct way to go. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, pay no attention to the rampant beavers. Okay, moving on. Oh my god! Why is the encounter rate so high? It seems like that wasn't intentional. Or maybe it was and it has something to do with my stats. I doubt it though. I could just be getting really unlucky. Because I have gone long stretches without encounters before. This is what I was talking about. There should be some kind of minimum to how many steps you can go before running into an encounter. Ancient sword? Oh, of course it's guarded. No problem, though. You two attack these. Guy, you heal Firion. And Joseph, you attack the ghoul. Oh, and we ambushed them. How did we ambush them? Didn't they jump out of the chest at us? Oh, whatever. Easy. So, ancient sword, huh? Let's see. Five points stronger. Doesn't tell me any of its special abilities, though. So, give me a minute while I look it up. Okay, that's interesting. This weapon actually has a chance of inflicting curse on enemies when it lands. But curse is a status effect that pretty much all it does is have all of your stats, your strength, your agility, your defenses. It doesn't have your hit points or anything though, just all of your other stats. But how useful could that possibly be in a game where most normal enemies die in one hit? From Firion's attacks anyway. And I'm betting bosses are pretty much immune to it. And even if I did inflict them with curse, there'd be no way to tell. Unless I saw like a very split-second pop-up box that tells me that they were inflicted with it. But enemies show no visible signs of having status effects on them. So you can never tell if it was on them, if you missed the message, or when it wears off. But it doesn't matter. It's still a stronger sword than what I had. So I'll be able to sell the Mithril sword. The snowmen are all running away from me now. Now, what's up here? Over there in the top right-hand corner is where we came in from. So once I see what's in the northwestern corner, then we can continue. Nothing up there. Chest. That's definitely a trapdoor. I know because I figured out which one was the correct way to go. Mithril shield. Well, it's always nice to have another mithril shield on hand. Just in case it ever gets to the point where I need to give Maria one. Okay, back down to this door. Really? A couple of steps in front of it? Alright, come on. Okay, into the door we go. There's no random encounters in this room, just nothing but bipedal beavers. Snookchit. Giant bipedal beavers. Yeah, they know absolutely nothing. There's a particular beaver you gotta talk to. This one over here who's standing still. Like a normal person. Snookchit? Guy speak beaver. It's like the first thing he said since the opening cutscene. And it's Guy speak beaver. I think I mentioned in the beginning of the game that Firion and Guy were both adopted by Maria and Leon's parents. Firion was just a normal orphan. Possibly a Finn orphan. No, actually, I think I remember reading somewhere that he was born in Salamand. But, Guy was raised by animals. So he knows how to talk to them. If you're expecting it to ever come up again after this, it doesn't. And the only language that Guy ever reveals knowing is beaver. This is Guy's crowning moment, by the way. This is the most interesting thing he ever does. Firion does cool stuff. Maria does cool stuff. Leon will do cool stuff. All the other guest party members all do cool things. This is the only thing that Guy does. Ask about the goddess's bell. Secret path and wall to right. Monster guard bell. Bell and wall. Okay, secret path to right. Right over here. Yep, here we go. I wonder if I could just walk through that without talking to the beaver. Well, anyway. By the way, if the goddess's bell sounds familiar to you, to any of you who have played other Final Fantasies, you probably recognize it from Final Fantasy IX. There were goddess's bells in that, in Gazamurluk's Grotto. You used them to get around, because they open doors, just like they do in this game. Well, it's just the one goddess's bell, but you know. We'll be talking about Final Fantasy IX more in just a little bit. Firion gained more agility. Oh my god, what's he at now? 15? Yes. But his core evasion stat still isn't going up. I didn't actually look up how that rises. I'll do it later. Maybe it can't rise. Maybe it's fixed per character. Okay, we come over here, and we see a monster guarding a patch on the wall. Now, this is... I've never seen this part of the map in the Famicom version, actually. In the remakes, this is all arranged very differently. You got the staircase leading up to that door over there. That takes us to the exit. But in the remakes, the monster was actually guarding the staircase. And as soon as you took the bell, then the staircase would open up. So it looks like you can ignore the boss if you need to get out. That's pretty cool. And then there's this chest here, which is just a free chest. Silver... armor? Silver cuirass? Is there a silver cuirass in this game? How do I tell the difference between an armor and a cuirass? Because I did say that cuirasses were good and armor was bad. Let me look up to see exactly what kind it is. Well, there's no such thing as silver armor, so it must be a silver cuirass. And silver cuirass only has a 5% evasion penalty and a 1% magic penalty. So, it's actually a decent piece of equipment, like I said before. So, I'm gonna give that to Firion. Now let's see what his evasion looks like, just to be safe. Still 52%. That's still pretty good. Yeah, okay. And a 1% magic penalty. No big deal. Well, in addition to what his shield and sword are imposing. But whatever. Let me heal up, and then we'll fight the boss. Second boss of the game. Alright, that should be good. Let's do it. It's the Guardian of the Goddess's Bell, Adamantus. Yeah, this is the first game that the Adamantus appears in, and it starts off as a boss. Later on, it would become a recurring, very powerful normal enemy in the series. But in this game, it was a boss. Hell, it might become a regular enemy later in this game. I forget. As you can see, it's a souped up version of the land turtle that we fought in that chest in the first dungeon. And I'm pretty sure it has the same weaknesses. So, Ice. Firion, you attack. Maria, you cast Blizzard 4. Guy, you attack. Josef, you attack. Wow, 0 damage. 0 damage. Oh my god. Maria, we need you. See, this is why they give you that Blizzard book. 400 damage from Blizzard 4. Yep, so you do that again. Everyone else, just flail uselessly. Like that, yes, thank you. Doing a good job, Firion. Joseph, you did it wrong. But whatever. A for effort. There's something set in the wall. It's the Goddess's Bell. Can I ask for the Goddess's Bell? Why does this menu keep popping up? It should be in my inventory now. Yep, here it is. I'll put this down here with the other key items. Okay, and this door will immediately take us to this one. It's a one-way door, you can't go back. So now we can leave the snow cavern. Yeah, but this game really punishes you if you don't have a dedicated spellcaster like me. I mean, a bow probably could have done decent damage to it, but only if everyone was using one. Now, since bows target magic defense in this game for some reason. But his weakness to ice is too tempting to exploit. I suppose if you wanted a proper boss fight and you wouldn't use it, you would just give everyone bows. Guy's agility went up. Hooray, is he at 10 yet? He's way past 10. When did you get that high? $29. You already started pretty high though. 19. 15. Firion is the lowest agility in the party. Oh yeah, see this? Someone's waiting for us in the stairs. If you recognize the sprite... Yep, that's Borgen. We met him in Bafsk. Very briefly. Curses! The Emperor will never forgive me. If I go back, he'll kill me! Forgive you for what? If I'm going to die, you're coming with me! Forgive you for what? For failing to stop us from getting the Goddess's Bell? How do you know our plan? I'm confused by this scene. But yeah, we're immediately thrust into the third boss. And it's Borgen. Look at that, we're up against the major antagonist already. It's like we're fighting the first fiend. Only... he's, kind of a pushover. Did he even attack me that turn? Yeah, but Borgen has a reputation for being one of the most pathetic bosses, and one of the most pathetic main antagonists in the entire series. But yeah, he dies, supposedly. God damn it, really? You're ruining the scene! As I was saying, Borgen dies, or rather he disappears, and as you walk down the stairs, a boulder comes rolling after us. Damn it! Go on, get out! We not leave you! Can't hold much longer. Run! It's up to you now, Furion, my sweet Nelly. Josef is crushed under the boulder. Josef! And there you have it. Josef, the first main character of a Final Fantasy game to sacrifice his life to save the party. This is a pretty legendary moment, actually, in the Final Fantasy series, and it's really only referenced one more time. If you played Final Fantasy IX, chances are you remember the scene where Ramuh had Princess Garnet piece together fragments of a story in a small section near Limblum. I think it's in the second disc. Those pieces of the story talk about a man named Josef and how he sacrificed his life to save a band of rebels. It's talking about him. See, they should really have turned off random encounters for this scene. It really ruins the mood. But yeah, nothing else is going to happen from here back to Salamand, so I'll see you when I'm back in town. And don't worry, Josef wasn't equipped with anything that I forgot to take off of him. Okay, back at Salamand. We go in, and already everyone is aware of Josef's passing. Josef's dead, isn't he? How the hell do you know? Do you have some kind of magical beam in the town that turns off if he dies? Not Josef. Honor Joseph's wishes. Get that bell to Kashwan. Not Josef. Yep, so I got some stuff to sell. And then we'll go talk to his, daughter and creepy stalker. Sell the Blizzard Tome. I have a lot of extra potions I don't need. Look at all that money. Holy crap. Now, I should probably just go ahead and buy a second life tome. Give one to Furion and one to Guy. Actually, I'm just going to keep one on me for the same reason that I mentioned before. Just in case both characters with the life spell die, I don't want to be unable to resurrect them. So I'm going to buy a second life tome and just teach that one straight to Guy. And then I'll start leveling it. Life on Guy. Guy gets a life. Yeah, you all knew that was coming. Anyway, let's go to Joseph's house. Oh, the woman who was standing here is gone now. Oh, you're inside? Okay. Poor Josef. Oh god, okay. Poor Josef. I'll look after Nelly. I know that would make him happy. So you aren't his wife. You really were just a creepy stalker, and now you're adopting his daughter. Oh my god. Wait, can I actually ask you things? No, I don't think I can. You just get a weird blank dialogue box and that menu comes up. Daddy. In the remakes, for some reason they make this less sad, or more sad, depending on your point of view. In the remakes, she says, "Where's Daddy?" Like no one's told her. But she doesn't know anything. So, now that we have the Goddess's Bell, our next destination is Kashwan Keep, which is southeast of Befsk. So, we're already pretty close. I got 6 minutes. I'm gonna walk over to Befsk. And I did say in the last episode that I forgot to talk to the townspeople after the Dreadnought flew off. I want to go back there and see what they have to say now. Because I think they all say new things. Because the Empire withdrew from Befsk. Okay, back at Befsk. Let's see. We're doomed! They finished the Dreadnought. We're doomed. You must tell Princess Hilda about the Dreadnought. Already on it. The Dreadnought headed for Poft. It's already been there. Sid will know of the Dreadnought's weaknesses. Yeah, you're the rebel guy, right? Okay, I guess I don't say much of interest. But that is where I'm going to call this episode. In the next part, we'll go to Kashwan Keep. We'll probably be able to do the whole thing in one episode. So, thank you all so very much for watching. If you liked this episode, leave a like. I'm just starting out and every like means a lot to me. And if you want to be notified when I upload more videos, subscribe and you will. And if you want to support me on Patreon, you can. There'll be a link in the annotations at the end of the video and in the description below. So, I'll see you all in the next video. The machine isn't working. Are you kidding? So it never would have turned on in the first place. I was looking forward to this puzzle.